Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about the Capricorn Astrologer, and yes, this does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Well, first off is when I'm talking about the Capricorn Astrologer, I'm just really talking about how I see them in general, how they are as an astrologer, their style, etc. Anyway, well, the Capricorn Astrologer will often be very serious, single-minded, very consistent, and be very regimented. Often, I see Capricorn Astrologers as doing their charts when they're working on charts, delineating them, or what have you, doing them very consistently, maybe near the same time every day. I'd see the Capricorn Astrologer putting themselves on like a schedule, and basically it's very Capricorn could be very premeditative as well, and they're very good planners. And if they're starting up a business, their premeditative ability, I would say, is unsurpassed. And they also, Capricorn is very responsible and disciplined. So if you have a Capricorn astrologer, you could count on them to handle your chart with very responsibly, have it done on time, and be very disciplined in doing their chart work and in working on the chart. They are Capricorns also, of course, can be very astute in business. They could often have very good business acumen, so it could enable them to flourish in an astrological business. And remember that the Capricorn kid tends to be very conventional and orthodox. So if there's Capricorn would more likely on average, I know most people don't do this anymore, but Capricorn more likely on average, I would say, would be the ones that would be using the compass and the protractor to draw up the charts like we did back in the prehensile days. Some of you may remember this, others, younger people out there may not, but there was a time where before this internet era, where a lot of people would just draw the charts up with the compass and a protractor, and but now we have all this computer generated charts online, and of course it facilitates the process. Now this compass protractor thing is everything but obsolete, I would say. But another thing about the Capricorn astrologer, don't expect him or her to do anything overly eclectic or unorthodox or very unique. They're very Capricorn, again, could be very orthodox, very conventional in the manner they do the astrology charts. If they're doing astrology videos, Capricorn often is not going to be the one that's going to use all these high-tech graphics. They may just simply do the videos similarly like to how I do them. I mean, I have Saturn conjunct the Ascendant, so that's similar. Very conventional style, and there's usually not going to be anything overly flamboyant or flashy in the manner they do it. And Capricorn can be very professional even at a young age. Even the younger Capricorn astrologers might be handled this more professionally than people that are older than them, because they just have that built in into their nature and as far as their maturity goes. And the thing about Capricorn as well is that they could be I could see them being very proficient in political astrology, because remember that the zodiac sign Capricorn is connected with politics and the government. And the thing about Capricorn as well is that it's a sign connected with reputation. So they're obviously, Capricorn can build a very good reputation as an astrologer through very diligent, laborious efforts. Now, Capricorn also is very career oriented, very ambitious, and they are ones that Capricorn often is about being a specialist. If they choose this astrological career, they likely won't deviate or try to handle some other career in the process, because they have a lot of single-minded focus and energy, and they like to concentrate their energy into one vocation more often than not, and not just go around and do this and do that. Anyway, But Capricorn may also emphasize and accentuate your career direction in your chart as well, because Capricorn is the sign, of course, associated with one's career. If you're looking to some kind of vocation and career direction, Capricorn may likely be the person, the astrologer, to go to more so than others, I would say. And keep in mind too that Capricorn is not overly talkative or loquacious. They are ones that are more about where the ideas and the actions are likely going to take precedence over words. They are more about their work as opposed to talking. It's like in that there was some Elton John song when he said something like, "The less I say, the more my work gets done." Oh, that's the Capricorn motto and slogan, I would say. It doesn't mean they won't talk a little bit more when they're actually delineating your chart, say if you're getting an in-person astrological consultation, but they are ones that you don't have to worry about them talking to people or striking up conversations with their friends when they have to focus on your astrological chart, generally speaking, anyway. So anyway, now Capricorn is also, I would say, it's a sign associated with longevity. Now, many of you may have heard of renowned astrologer Stephen Forrest. He's a Capricorn sun, and he has been practicing astrology since 1976, since we're talking about 44 years at the time of this video. So it's obviously a very long period. Capricorn is very single-minded and they often will stay with something, whatever career it is they do, for a prolonged or protracted period. Now, Capricorn, you got the thing about Capricorn though, on the negative side, if you take a negative Capricorn, sometimes they may over accentuate or overemphasize the negative elements or aspects in one's chart. So they need to be careful as that and make sure when they do the chart that it's a balanced reading, because most people are going to have a good amount of positives and negatives that are in their astrological chart. Now, another thing that Capricorn needs to guard against is perhaps excessive worry or pessimism. But what they do is they are, because they do have that tendency to do that. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Of course, Saturn can be a very strong harbinger of fear, apprehension, and worry. But through their industrious and effort and working methodically, they will often accomplish more than many others will, because they have that strong innate desire to be successful. It's very analogous, like with, they're very methodical in their process. It's very analogous, I would think, to a goat or somebody climbing a mountain. They do it in a very step-by-step, methodical, and systematic manner. And another thing about Capricorn too, as an astrologer, well, they could often be the ones that might mentor others in astrology and teach them. So, and going back to the old school days of astrology, when we had to calculate that using mathematical computations as well, I'm sure Capricorn is very proficient in that, because Capricorn can often be can excel in mathematics. So that's another reason why even the old school Capricorn, the old school Capricorn astrologers could be very good in terms of calculating, constructing, drawing up the astrological chart. Well, anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.